Please take your seats. Not even that, because when she arrives, everybody has to stand, and then we play national anthem. So there's no point.
Recording in progress.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for the landship dancers and the tote band. Isn't that music infectious? Doesn't it make you want to just get up and start to dance? Maybe we should start something new here in Barbados, a dancing forum. Wouldn't we get more work done? We are preparing for the arrival of the Prime Minister of Barbados, the Honorable Mia Motley. She'll be arriving in just a few minutes, so I will be asking you to stand, and when she arrives, immediately after her arrival, we will be playing the national anthem of Barbados. So in the meantime, if you don't know the person next to you, let's start making friends. Reach out, say hello, shake their hands, introduce yourselves. I'm already seeing hugs, so I know we're on the right path. I had a peep into the swag bag, and I saw some of the infamous Barbadian rum, so I know we're all going to be mellow and feeling nice before the end of the day. As you enter into the conference room, you're going to see a wonderful collection of artisans selling everything from local confectionery. I've already spent money. I've bought sorrel soap with rose clay. If you go around the corner, there's O'Malley's cocktails, which I promise you are amazing. There's several different things that you can purchase from our small artisans, so please make sure that you purchase homemade, locally produced souvenirs to take home to your various countries. Trust me, those things will make you want to come back to Barbados and find excuses to come back to Barbados. This evening, after the formalities here at Wyndham Grand Barbados, we will then be going over to the Crane Hotel, which is a little further up the road, for a wonderful evening of cultural entertainment, great food and beverages. I promise you, ladies, make sure you have on your flats. I can tell you no differently. Make sure you have on your flats. There's going to be dancing. You'll be met by several local characters and escorted to the restaurant area. There'll be opportunities to do photo ops, to take pictures, to just meet and enjoy each other. So make sure that you change, have on your flats, and be ready to leave here. I believe that the transportation leaves here this evening at 6. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the Prime Minister of Barbados, the Honorable Mia Motley, and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem of Barbados. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister of Barbados, the Honorable Mia Motley. Please be seated. Honorable Mia Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados. Mr. Akeem Steiner, Administrator, the United Nations Development Program. Mr. Jose Manuel Salazar Chirinax, Executive Secretary, the Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean. Ms. Michelle Mouchette, Regional Director for Latin America and the Caribbean, United Nations Development Program, senior ministers and ministers of the Cabinet of Barbados, other ministers of the region, members of Parliament, heads of delegations, members of the Diplomatic Corps, representatives of international and regional organizations, members of the private sector, representatives of non-governmental organizations, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Jewel Ford, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for the 16th Ministerial Forum for Development in Latin America and the Caribbean, hosted by the Government of Barbados and the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, in collaboration with the UN Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, ECLAC. It is my honor and pleasure to welcome you on their behalf to Barbados and to this morning's opening ceremony. We are delighted to have delegations from so many countries across the region, from the tropical islands to the Andes, from the desert to the Amazon, and everywhere in between. This region is truly rich in its diversity, and we hope that over the next 2 days, our delegates will draw on this diversity to achieve the goal of building social resilience. We also extend a warm welcome to our specially invited guests from across civil society and the private sector, as well as academia, multilateral organizations, and development partners. Collaboration among all these stakeholders is essential for building robust social policies. I now invite to the stage our moderator for the opening ceremony, Ms. Limia El-Taib, UNDP resident representative for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. Limia's experience spans 27 years and 5 continents, with work on urban planning, local administration and services, human rights, climate justice, social justice, inclusion, and partnerships. Under her leadership, the UNDP is undertaking key initiatives in climate resilience, disaster recovery, blue and green economy, and digital transformation, governance reform, and innovation across the 10 countries that UNDP serves in the Eastern Caribbean. Over to you, Limia.
Thank you, Jewel. Good morning, Prime Minister, ministers, heads of delegations from across this magnificent continent, distinguished senior officials and colleagues and friends from UNDP and ECLAG, and esteemed partners from across the region. It is my immense pleasure to welcome you to the 16th Ministerial Forum for Latin America and the Caribbean for the first time in person in the Caribbean. We are thrilled. As we embark on 2 days of innovative and insightful discussions, we hope that we will be looking at resilience in action through social policies. We gather not only as representatives of our countries and organizations, but as advocates for humanity and social change. Since 2007, this ministerial forum has served as a vital space for collaboration, for dialogue, and for knowledge sharing. As we face dynamic socioeconomic shifts and geopolitical transitions, this forum aims to reinforce the region's commitment to protecting people and planet. In the words of Nelson Mandela, and I quote, "Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity, it is an act of justice. Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. It is man-made and can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings. Sometimes it falls on a generation to be great. We can be that great generation, end quote. To get us started, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce our first speaker for the morning and our host, the Honorable Kirk Humphrey, Minister of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs. Known for his focus on empowering the most vulnerable, Minister Humphrey has been instrumental in driving legislative reform as well as social initiatives such as the One Family Program. His personal mantra, people over politics. He doesn't always say that, huh? Minister Humphrey is a true partner to the people of Barbados, to the region, and to UNDP. He has made this forum possible and a reality. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Minister.
A very special good morning to all of you. Honorable Prime Minister of Barbados, the Honorable Mayor Amour Motley, Mr. Akeem Steiner, the Administrator of the United Nations Development Program, Mr. Jose Manuel Salazar, the Executive Secretary of ECLAC, Ms. Michelle Mouchette, the Regional Director for Latin America and the Caribbean, senior ministers and ministers of the Cabinet, other ministers of the region, members of Parliament, heads of delegations, members of the Diplomatic Corps, representatives of international and regional organizations, members of the private sector, NGOs, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all. A very special good morning to all of you. I want to welcome you, many of you, to Barbados,